Peace. What's going on? It's your brother. So, I reside in Syracuse, New York, and I want to discuss Syracuse Police Department, and I want to discuss Officer Brandon Hanks. First of all, the Syracuse Police Department. I'm a resident, born and raised in Syracuse, New York. 52 years old. The Syracuse Police Department has always shown a culture and an air of racism and bigotry and bias forever. It's nothing unknown. It's a very commonly known thing in Syracuse, New York, that the police department practices racism and bigotry, as well as other institutions inside of Syracuse, New York. They practice the same type of character and behavior. It's not a secret. You know what I'm saying? Many times that we have often tried to voice this opinion and talk about these situations and bring those concerns to the table, our own constituents that represent us don't represent us properly. They get inside of the system and they begin to adhere to it. They don't go against it. They don't buck it. They don't do anything. So we watched consistently for decades our community become destroyed because of racist policies, because of the extraction of resources and money being filtered in other places, taken from the South Side specifically and put in other places. I've watched my community become decimated over 30, 40 years of certain types of political abuses, right? So, and the police department is not any different because they have a part in these abuses as well. So, today, Brandon Hanks, one of the officers of the Syracuse Police Department, is suing the police department for $33 million. I stand with Brandon Hanks. I agree with him 100% that the system is broken. That system definitely is broken. We also know and understand that police departments throughout the world have a history coming out of slave patrols in the 19th century. So the whole ideal of police departments is to patrol the slave, quote unquote, so-called black folks to control us, keep us in order. So now that you have black folks or quote unquote so-called black people who are officers and police officers, they're still facing discriminations and racism with inside of the order, of that fraternal order. They're still facing certain types of, things that they shouldn't be facing, only because of the history of police departments and where they originate and where they come from. So when they look at an Asiatic or a quote unquote black person, there's a historical reference behind what they see. They're actually looking at the enemy when they see a black police officer or just people of color in general, because that's the way the system and that's the way policing was formed. It was formed to police people of quote unquote so-called color, right? So in this day and time, we're watching this young man who has done great accolades for his community. Born and raised here, he's come back in, he's become a police officer, he's done great things for his community, getting known nationally, being recognized all over the United States of America for his actions, for his relationship with the children in his own community, for taking and finding another way to be effective in his community without using violence, without using conflict, chaos, and turmoil, as the Syracuse Police Department has done consistently, as well as other police departments throughout the United States do. They come into our communities and they cause conflict and confusion just by their appearance. When they come into our community, you can expect that there's going to be some type of conflict because they're going to push the issue. You understand what I mean? They're going to come in and they're going to treat you less than what you are and so on and so forth and tell you and attack your manhood or attack your womanhood. They may tell you to shut up. You're a grown person. You may be older than them. They may tell you to shut up and step back and go over here and sit down and be quiet. And if you adhere to that, then you have a problem. That's the problem. We give them too much. We give them too much respect. And we don't really give them respect. We give their job respect. But the thing is, they don't give you any respect at all. So respect begets respect. I'm a man just like they're men. And Brandon is a young man. And he understands that concept. He has great parents. I know Michelle personally. I know Sean Hanks personally. I know Michelle personally. I know her whole family. I know Sean, his brother. I know their family. I know them. I came up with them. We came up together. It's my duty, because Michelle is my sister. Sean is my brother. It's my duty to look at Brandon as my nephew or my child and any of their children. We all look at each other the same way. This is how we're supposed to do it. If you see my kids outside, protect them. Get with them, because you know me. You know my character. You understand? So it's the same type of situation. I'm going to walk with Brandon Hanks, man. I'm going to walk with him. And you know what I'm saying? I want him to know and understand that he has angels out here that's going to protect him at any cost, because that's what we do. We're going to look out for each other. Now, the thing is how will this constituency, this administration, deal with what Brandon is about to do? How will the Syracuse City administration back him? Are they going to back him, or are they going to try to execute him and say, oh, he's out of order, or are they going to continue the narrative that he actually is a gangbanger or he's a drug dealer or so on and so forth? See, these are the tools of whiteness and white supremacy and bigotry that they use. The only way you can get him out of here, and they do it they've done it in the past with COINTELPRO, they create a narrative to get the people to hate you, and when they get rid of you, it's justified. Because they've created this narrative, and they're doing it with Brandon. Oh, he listens to rap music on the job. Oh, he's a part of a gang, and he's selling trafficking. He's doing drugs. All of these things cannot be proven. This is slander, defamation of character, libel. This is what the system does when it sees an Asiatic man or a woman who has bucked the system and respects and honors where they come from, respects and honors their own upbringing, their community, and they know and respect the idea of change, help, and being of an assistance to your people and not being a burden. You see what I'm saying? So he's coming into his own community and working within his own community. Now, we've had many police officers, Asiatic, quote-unquote, so-called black officers, who worked in our community, but they wasn't a part of our community. They didn't come from our community. They wasn't born and raised in our community. They came from the outside, and they came in, and they treated us just like anybody else did. You understand what I mean? They treated us just like anybody else because there's a narrative about the South Side. You know what I'm saying? And people that live there, all drug dealers, all hoes, pimps, whatever. There's a narrative, but everything is centered around that. Everything. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to be known. I want the Syracuse Police Department to know. I want everybody to know that we standing with Brother Officer Hanks because it's real like that. We standing with Brandon Hanks. We want him to continue to work with his people and his children and the children in the community. We want him to continue to uplift them and know that he has support when he's uplifting these children. Know and understand that what he is doing, there were others before him that was uplifting. I'm an uplifter. I've been doing this all my life. So I give him accolades for taking the stance that he's taking, for actually coming back into his community and doing this great work, because we have many people in our community who's from the community who's exploiting the community for their own benefit and for their own gains. So I, again, want to give this man accolades, and I want to see how this system right here in this city is going to assist him. I want to see how this city is going to assist him. Are we going to back him? Is the administration going to back him? You know what I'm saying? Are they going to, oh, we need to do some investigation? Because see, Chief Buckner, Quentin Buckner, you know about all of the racism because you've encountered it. Let's support Brandon Hanks. Peace.